Hello, 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 hello. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you're watching from. Welcome to pre-market analysis for WAD Wednesday, February the 10th, 2021. Hello, Miss Marcy. Good morning, beautiful Gates. Welcome to the show, folks. Let's hope that the sound is satisfactory and let's go ahead and dive in. So, in the stock market technical analysis, every morning we go through the high level of the US equity, taking a look at three main ETF exchange traded fund that says SPY, QQQ, IWM, and then we dive into specific stocks through with the help of a tool such as FinViz to get us on the movers and shakers. And oh boy, this morning is a typical Wild Wednesday, folks. Wild Wednesday, the reason we use the word Wild Wednesday because Wednesday is one of those, is midday, right? Midweek rather. So the direction of the market usually may shift, meaning if we were bullish to start Monday, Tuesday, usually you will find that Wednesday it's that tipping point. But typically on Wednesday, stocks that we have noticed that stock have a tendency to go to both extreme, extremely bullish, extremely bearish. Which way they start, that's up to you. But in any case, while Wednesday is a day that we have seen where the market and stock in general are moving. If stocks are moving, well, for us who trade option mostly, we love that. Yeah, that's how recently Wednesdays have become Wild Wednesday, also known as paydays. All right, very good. All right, so today is the February the 10th. Yeah, February the 10th, 2021. Wow. And taking a look at SPY on here from TradingView, this is not SPY. This is a stock that's we are going to be talking about in a few minutes. Mr. Patrick yesterday, if he's on the pre-market, has a preview of what we are going to be talking about. Twitter, which has earning yesterday. We made money yesterday on Twitter. Yeah, scalping, day trading, that move on the put side. It was decent. Wasn't a 10 bagger. Yeah, it wasn't a 10 bagger, but maybe we're setting up for a 10 bagger today. Let's see what transpired today. So before that, let's take a look at SPY on here. I have to say that my computer it's extremely slow. The blame is some of the extension maybe that I've installed recently. So I will definitely need to do some optimization of some type because I did not like how this computer started. It's only 5:33 a.m. Pacific time, which is 8:53 p.m. in Singapore and 8:53 a.m. in New York and in Montreal. All right, so here's SPY. Yesterday, I didn't even pay any attention to SPY, to be honest with you. The one that I've been really tracking a lot lately is IWM, and I don't know, rightfully so, whatever, a lot of things going on there. Here, where does SPY stand right now from a technical point of view? It's pretty much toying with the upper Bollinger, folks. Yeah, so the upper Bollinger as of yesterday, February the 9th, was as 391.61. SPY closed at 390.25, and this morning is gapping up, folks. We have had a series of gap up. Can somebody look at the chart? Is this just me, or I mean, since February 1st. So this is how February has been trending, folks. Yeah. So from lower Bollinger on Friday, January the 29th, now all the way to the upper Bollinger, posting higher highs each and every day. I mean, some days there's not that much move, like on here, February the 5th. Well, yesterday, I mean, the size of the candle is, in terms of its ATR, wasn't much, $1 on something. This morning, hey, for good measure, just almost 2 points on there. Hey, what can possibly go wrong, folks? Yeah. So you just ride the trend. That's only until the trend change. There's nothing I can say about that. All I can say about that is that, well, the last 30 minutes, the last hour of Wednesday, SPY present an opportunity for us to trade it accordingly. So QQQ, carbon copy of which that SPY is doing, right? Posting higher highs on some days, gap up, and rare red candle, easier for me to say, but a lot of green and posting higher highs. So not sure, because every new time that this goes higher, it's a brand new all-time high. So there's no such thing as resistance. That's the thing, right, folks? When a stock is trading at all-time high, the concept of resistance, well, we can use some other maybe more complex ways for finding resistance, such as the Fibonacci levels Actually, maybe tomorrow I'm going to draw them on here, because if this continue for me, the natural resistance here on a daily chart, just strictly from a daily chart, is the Bollinger Band, the upper Bollinger Band. So currently on QQQ is standing at 336.77 precisely. Let me make sure that you guys can see that by just moving this. So it's on the right hand side, and I need to make sure that yep, it's up like this. All right, so I mean, if you're following on the screen or on your own chart. All right, so from a weekly perspective, yeah, because from a weekly perspective, the upper Bollinger on QQQ stand at 337.65. And again, I mean, this is just since, let's say, September time frame. Yeah, I mean, September, the last time that we had a bearish trend of 3 weeks was October, right? So from mid-October to the end of October. After that, a big move to start November 3rd. Hello, that week set up whatever the, and it's not the first time. I mean, look at QQQ here. Pretty much, if you go back March 23rd, 2020, it has been a straight line, if you will, not bearing the September, October Wahala here, but it was from lower Bollinger all the way to upper Bollinger, August 31st, 303, whereas on March 23rd, the low was 164, almost doubling on the QQQs. QQQ has been that one consistent ETF that's just, and the stock that trading accordingly, you look at all of them, right? So you know the top 10 holding on QQQ. The one which was lagging was for the longest of time, right? If we dare compare, make a comparison between IWM and its counterpart SPY and QQQ, it took its time. It took its time, folks. But since November 3rd, again November 3rd, that November week, from straight up from the support here, the EMA 20. This is the weekly chart. The EMA 20 is still in green. We're trading at 153 low, and yesterday brand new new all-time high at 229. It touched 229 yesterday, and it retreated a little bit. So this morning, starting slightly gapping from a close of 228.38 to 229.90 on there. So your guess is as good as mine. The upper Bollinger here on the weekly on IWM is at 232.83, and on the daily chart, where does that currently stand? If we switch here to daily, on the daily chart, the upper Bollinger is at 225.62, meaning that the stock has been trading over the last 3 days outside of the upper Bollinger. That's not unusual, but for an ETF like IWM, the distance between the price and the exponential moving average 20, it's interesting, because now it's going to go 10 points. So when things like that happen for me, I start doing, yeah, I'm a little bit cautious, folks. I'm a little bit cautious, but that's just me. So, but in any case, as long as it's moving, it presents an opportunity for you and I to trade it. So that's all that we care about. So a stock showcasing a bullish momentum outside of the upper Bollinger Band, it's always a great opportunity for us to get involved. All right. As we said, hello to Miss Marcy and Beautiful Gates, the two in the live chat. Miss Marcy is asking for a stock. Well, TIGR. I wanted to say Tiger, but in any case, let's go ahead and do it. Well, let's go ahead and do that. That's not a problem at all. So before we dive into some of the earnings and some of the movers from Finviz, so let me create a brand new window on here. Or maybe I shouldn't, given the slowness of this. So TIGR. What is that? Up Fintech Holding Limited, sponsor ADR. Okay, so all right, so this is that's 15-minute chart. So let's go to the daily chart of this stock. Whoa, wow. For me, this is good sometimes, because I discover brand new that's over 7,000 stock, folks. Yeah, you cannot know them all, trust me. And you don't need to know them all. I've told you that some traders, just old school trader or successful traders, I don't know how you want to call it, they actually focus on just a sample of stock. Yeah, and they trade them consistently, because then the familiarity bring them insights onto how to handle specific scenarios, because what they have seen them before. So the analysis of TIGR on here is that the stock has been on a tear since, let's say, breaking out here December 22nd, above the yellow line, which is the daily exponential moving average 8, just really trending up. At some points, obviously, as it will close above the outside of the upper Bollinger, it has to come back, retest. Notice the support here, right? This line here, the EMAs, we said natural support and resistance. So when a stock is overextended in this case, one definition of it is that, hey, the stock is maybe trading outside of the upper Bollinger. The first retest will always be the yellow line. And upon a stock bouncing off it, like on this candle here on February 1st, since February 1st, every single day has been green on here. So the current value of the stock is $28 this morning, gapping up. I mean, folks, every single stock that I've spent time the last few days when I'm doing a study after hours, especially pre-market, because after hours sometimes the stock do not move that much. All I'm seeing is this type of chart. So yeah, a little bit extended on here on the daily, but hey, it has done something like that. Here now we have had 9 consecutive days. Well, we don't count the weekend, so today that's 5, 6, 7 consecutive days of posting higher highs on here on this stock. What is the resistance if we find any? Let's go to the weekly chart. All right, so this is what we do. We like to do, right? So when we go here, it seems as if this one is a relatively brand new stock. Because the first day that TradingView is giving us here, it's well, at least the week of March 18, 2029. So the previous 52-week high or all-time high was at $23.89. We blew past that 2 days ago with a very strong candle. So yeah, all signs are up. And the only fear on this here is that this stock is overstretched a little bit. The upper Bollinger on the weekly chart is at $23.76, and we are currently trading about $7 out of it. So a retest, potentially for it to cool off, and if there are more takers, hey, these are actually like the shape of this. These here we've talked about them, right? Ideal entry on here would have been at really $10. Why $10? Because that was a confirmation breakout on here, and since then every single week is posting higher highs. So there's really not much from me I can say onto this one other than to say that okay, it's slightly overextended, and but it's moving. Look at these stocks. These stocks, they're just, yeah, that's the new trend of 2021. So that's it for TIGR. I don't know your timeline, Miss Marcy, if you are trading options on it or holding the stocks, but as of now, that's the pattern that I see on there. Hello, we say good morning to Miss Festus, Mr. Andrew, and Donnie as well. All right, let's go ahead now as we approach 9:04 Eastern. I'll take a look at what's moving this morning through the eyes, the screener or the scanner, if you will, of Finviz. What do we have here? Let's see. Okay, so you see our usual filters. Nothing fancy here, folks, right? Optionable over $20 and over $1 million. How do you have it? Yes, we have 2 stocks, and both of them, they are from Canada. We were talking about Canada yesterday. I would have been wise to just say, hey, let me go all in on Canada, right? I did not. Well, the sector is actually healthcare. Yeah, healthcare. It's funny about if you know anything, drug manufacturer, specialty, and generic. So Tilray is a stock that has just broken out recently here in February above $20, and that has just been streaking up. So this morning is up a whooping 32%. Yeah. The one that got me a little bit in pre-market when I saw it is this one, because I didn't know anything about it, but I had notes here on my trading journal yesterday. There was a huge print on Alpha yesterday, and since I didn't know it, I wrote next to a Tilray. Well, both of them are gapping this morning, but it will not have served me any good, I think. I'm not so sure, because the option that were offered on Alpha, the biggest strike price was way below was already too expensive. So that's the problem with all of these things that are gapping, right? So sometimes I will have to check for alpha because $29.55 this morning. The highest strike price that at least my broker was offering yesterday was $25, but I didn't even open it, to be honest with you. I just wrote when that print came yesterday. I wrote it here because there were tons of prints yesterday, tons of them. So I didn't take that trade. Congratulations if you took it, and it's absolutely tradable this morning. Assuming for us, if we're trading option, that somehow the market maker they create other strike price under. So that's what's moving out there this morning. Those are really the two, and the one that's even moving even more, the more familiar one that's or at least couple of one that had earnings yesterday. And remember yesterday, right? We shared with you. You can go and say, okay, your earnings yesterday after market close, you have Lyft and Twitter, or Yelp as well. But Lyft and Twitter, they are up respectively 10.65% at $59.35 and 9% at $65.39 for Twitter. So those are prime candidates. I believe that for our subscriber of the GangstA new package, I posted the GangstA trade where they can be traded this morning. And then there are other stock here that are gapping, obviously. On this list of just earning, these are just earning yesterday after market close. Yeah, you see on the bullish side, both Lyft and Twitter. On the bearish side, you see Alteryx, minus 11%. This is actually a company that's I'm familiar with a little bit. I can tell you that the computer program that's the AI system that we use, the code is using the Alteryx software. It's just, I've never bought this stock or anything, though I have been using the software for many, many years now. I don't know. I'm funny like that. Maybe I should have. This morning, the earnings, over the years, it used to be, it's under only $100-something, but we're seeing the view over the last 12 months on here. So, no, I never invested directly, at least, into this company, though I've been using and coding with the software for the longest of time. AKMI Technology is another one here with earning yesterday. Cisco had earning yesterday, and this is what is trending. It's down minus 5%. I think for me, my recollection of Cisco, I don't know if we have Cisco in our quant analysis. Those who have the quant analysis document, you can check. Last time, I think I traded Cisco once on earnings. Didn't move afterwards. I was trying my GangstA trade. It was maybe a year ago or so. So certain stock, they are just like, yeah. So Cisco, how can I tell that? Look at the chart of Cisco in here that I'm showing you. You see, other than recently, right? Look at the size of the candles overall. This is just a view over the last 3 months. Compared to others, it's one of those slow movers or anything. Nothing more frustrating, my friend, when you are trading option that to get in a position and the thing is just looking like watching dry paint. if you can relate to that image in your brain, that's the worst thing. So I'm not saying that don't trade Cisco or anything, but this morning for me, I see Cisco, I went to Lyft and Twitter, and one of the snare on trading on a day like this or during earnings season is to overtrade. So for me, I'm trying really, really just to keep discipline because this market is just too much. So Lyft and Twitter are the two that's for us we are targeting. So are there any stocks on here that anybody else in pre-markets wants us to take a look at? If you do not have the quant analysis for documents for us, again, I'm encouraging you folks. There are resources here as successful trading, right? Get your hand on them. Get your hand on them. So what gave me confidence to trade Twitter this morning is which that I shared with Mr. Patrick yesterday. A trader from Georgia. As I know, we have several traders from Georgia here. We were talking last night. And I unveil my strategy. I know when a stock has earning, right, folks, and a stock that's part of our bigger watch list, I know ahead of time pretty much I'm going to trade it. There's no hesitation whatsoever. This is, oh, am I not sharing it? I should be able to share that. Let me go ahead and share the quant analyst document for, I don't know, for the last time or anything. So this is how, for me, other than the scalping that I did on Twitter, that's just an opportunistic type of trade yesterday. But this is how I study earnings, and the level of confidence about trading Twitter comes from this document. So Twitter is up 10%. Fantastic. So either two things, either that momentum is going to continue, and in which case that's going to behave according to this green on here, because this is the distance or the move from the open to the high. So if there's a 5%, as we see here in average, green on the upside, the calls will make money for us gladly. But if it happens to be one of these that the stock retreating or whatever, I am very, very excited for a stock such as Twitter to start outside of the upper Bollinger today. It's super extended. We are Wednesday, so I still have Wednesday, I still have Thursday, I still have Friday. So the cheap puts that are going to be offering, unveiling themselves to me, assuming my platform, I'm crossing my fingers that E-Trade doesn't throw me a loop as they have been doing lately. Yeah, it has been a little bit finicky, not more than finicky actually. There was a day where I couldn't trade for 2 hours to start the week. Yeah, but that's so for us. My bias on here is likely on puts on Twitter, but I love being wrong and making money as well. So that's where the confidence comes into trading Twitter this morning. Very quickly, let's go inside of Power E-Trade and take a look at some. Oops, let me go here into Power E-Trade and take a look at the strike price for those Canadian, yeah, our Canadian friend stock in actually there's even a third one, so we're gonna add them here in our watch list. This is Lyft. So let's go to our watch list, the so-called short squeeze was because I mean creating another watch list for just I'm just gonna maintain that one and just throw stuff at it, right? Let's see if they stick. So, ACB Aurora, that's another one because we didn't talk about it. It's up 18%, and maybe I like it a little bit better than the other two. Well, let's see. The strike price on the option chain is going to dictate that. So ACB, it's one of them. Alpha, we talked about that. You saw that that is up over 25%, 26% as of now. And Tilray on here, so 40% on Tilray. Hubba. Oh, my goodness. Okay, so Sava, Mara, and Sava this morning is not so much that. Today is Sava Pa. Yeah, they are down -9% and -5%, but they're moving, folks, which means that if you trading them, you traded this stock yesterday with calls. I hope that you know how to carry a trade overnight, meaning that you hedge, and in which case you are getting the reward of setting up your trade accordingly. All right, so let's take a look at ACB, Alpha, Tilray, and look at the option chain to see which one. It's actually all three of them. They're interesting from the sense that any stock moving 18%, 26%, 42%, it's a dream setup for this guy. It's a dream setup for this guy. Really, literally, right now, I'm doing this, and I need to stop wasting time, blah, 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 because I'm going to need more than 10 minutes to look at my opportunities, including Lyft and Twitter that are available. So let's go to ACB option chain to take a look at what are the good market makers offering. Well, on the put side, we know that there's always a possibility, right? The puts, that's not a problem. It's on the call side in terms of strike. So the highest strike that they're offering is 29. Okay, that's not bad. The stock is currently trading at $18. Fantastic. So meaning that this, though the implied volatility, my friend, is 300%, yeah? What do we expect? Yeah, these are there on here. So you can definitely GangstA trade this if you're into this type of thing. So congratulations. If let's say you're holding, let's say the 20 calls, yesterday they were going for 43 cents. This morning on here, they may start, that's plus $3. Yeah, they may start maybe at close to $2 or so, but look at the implied volatility change. They're already bringing it down. So this here, Aurora Cannabis ACB presents a strike price across the board. Which that I was talking about earlier, I was referring to APHA, APHA, that are only so okay. Let them there. Let's show you that's and we have seen this before here, all right? So when you come in your brokerage and you are looking at the open interest, this means all of these zeros mean that this strike price didn't exist yesterday, yeah, because otherwise, I mean, this stock moved big yesterday, yeah. It moved pretty much the same. It moved by $5 yesterday. A $23 stock that moved $5. That means it was $18. But these zeros here we see in open interest, meaning that the market makers, they literally just added this brand new strike price, because in pre-market earlier, I was looking at them, the option chain. They were not here. They were not here. So now we have from 26 to 35, yeah, and the stock is trading at $31. Yeah, that's an opportunity for them to make money. Or so, meaning every year it's a fair game now. You and I, we can definitely trade with the more strike price. The other one is our friend Tilray. It's just amazing. $60, my friend, plus 42%. Yeah. So is this you know what's gonna be happening, right? So here the strike price that they're offering are only available up to 65, because I have all selected on here. You guys cannot see, but this is 65. That's the highest that I see. And yesterday they were going for $1.15. This morning implied volatility is further jacked up. I mean, wow, congratulations to anybody. If you were holding, for instance, let's say the 50, the whatever calls that you were holding on here, I mean, yeah, we know that implied volatility is jacked up, but it can continue being increased, meaning that those options are going to be even more expensive. So a stock like this, most likely, you know, the next logical target, but which is not offered here, will be 100, because that's just so. Is it offer? Is it offer? This is Roku. That's let's go back to Till, right? So plenty of opportunity this morning, folks, for anybody to take. Actually, is an embarrassment of choices, yeah. So even for next week, the monthly OPEX, the highest strike price is 65. That's my problem with this type of jump. So because, yeah, I'm not going to be risking for something that, I don't know, this is not a rational type of move. If this is another short squeeze, well, I need to control my risks. That's what makes it difficult. So the only direction that's for me, I usually find myself being comfortable trading is the put side. Yeah, because I can pick anything on here at the price that I want. Yeah. So hopefully that's that brought you this morning pre-market analysis, the stock market technical daily that we do on here, some clarity into how to go about making money on this wild Wednesday, February the 10th, 2021. Thank you, everybody, and we catch you on the next episode. Have a great trading session.